A community's impact on a judge's disposition is probably going to depend on the judge, his or her personality, how long they've been a judge, what kind of experience they have dealing with a particular case. Probably going to depend on the community. Some communities are much more political than others, so that may have an impact on the judge.
There is no doubt in my mind that community expectations can impact judicial decisions.
I had somebody ask me once about, well, how do you handle drunk driving cases? What's your standard disposition for a drunk driving case? So, well, I tend to listen to the evidence. And this person said, well, what's the community expect? And I said, the community expects me to listen to the evidence. And that was always my response.
Generally speaking, though, judges are going to look to the philosophy of the juvenile court and laws to guide their decision-making, to look at the child and see what's in the child's best interest and what's in the best interest for the safety of the community.
Ultimately, you say, okay, the law provides the framework within which I must make this decision. But ultimately, as you know, in a juvenile case, you're not dealing with a jury. It's your call, and you make that decision based on the framework provided by the law and the information that's available. And if the state hasn't carried their burden of proof, then you decide, well, there's been no delinquent act proven here.
The reconciliation between acting in the best interest of the child and protecting the public sometimes cannot occur because of the law. My oath is to follow the law, regardless I live in southern Oklahoma, irregardless of what I believe the law ought to be. And so if there is a conflict, I have to follow the law. I have to protect the public. So when that occurs, it's a no-brainer for me. Now, when that doesn't occur, when there is no bright line, clearly defined conflict, I view them as one and the same. It is in the best interest of a child to not grow up to be a criminal. And it's in the best interest of the public for that child to not grow up and be a criminal. So their interests are the same. Maybe that's a rationalization, but that's the way I view it.
Communities have a very warm and embracing side, and communities also have a sharp and judgmental side. And on the issue of the day, whatever that may be at a given time, can take on all sorts of disproportionate influence in someone's mind. And if a segment of the community in reading the paper says, oh my gosh, John Doe should be stoned in the parking lot, and you allow that to influence how you view the evidence, then you've breached your oath, in my view.
Another obvious potential impact on decision-making and dispositions is how close an election may be for the judge. Are they running unopposed? Have they run unopposed for a number of years? How independent do they feel they can be in their decision-making? Will all have an impact potentially on the kinds of decisions they make.
I believe that all too many judges, even though they won't say it, even though they won't admit it oftentimes, are influenced by that. They are worried that a decision will result in a political opponent the next time and losing your job in a contested election, or when you come up for reappointment by the governor reading getting so many letters from the outraged citizenry that the governor won't reappoint you. And it's sad, but I believe that that happens all too often in my profession.
Vizi online texts are a new kind of textbook, built with the help of great subject matter experts. These new learning resources have already helped thousands of students succeed. Our original content uses animations, simulations, video and graphics, self-assessments, exercises, and review materials to engage students in their study. Our approach is proven to improve learning outcomes, and that's why Vizi exists, to transform lives by making education more engaging.